No more smiles, no more roles, just Sam Heughan, stripped of pretense, showing the raw ache beneath the surface. At 45, the Outlander star left the world stunned when he finally revealed what he had been hiding for nearly 2 decades. For years, Hollywood celebrated the image of a fearless, magnetic, unshakable Scotsman. But last night, that image shattered. In what began as an ordinary interview, Sam's voice cracked, his eyes welled up, and he whispered, "I've lived with this pain for too long." The room fell silent. Gone was the invincible Jamie Fraser. Sitting before the camera was a man, exhausted, wounded, and heartbreakingly sincere. According to insiders, Sam has long carried the crushing weight of fame, isolation, and impossible expectations. One source revealed that after filming one of Outlander's most iconic scenes, he locked himself in his dressing room and cried alone. When the video surfaced online, it spread like wildfire. Millions of comments flooded in, filled with shock and compassion. "We fell in love with a character," one fan wrote, "and forgot he was human." Within hours, major UK and US outlets called it the most honest moment of Sam Heughan's career. When asked why he stayed silent all these years, his answer froze the crowd: "Sometimes being strong is just another way to run away." At 45, Sam Heughan has finally laid his truth bare. There are moments in every actor's life that transcend performance and spotlight. For Sam, that moment came when he faced a small camera, took a breath, and spoke, not as Jamie Fraser, but as himself. For nearly 20 years, he had been the symbol of strength, grace, and effortless charm. Yet behind the fame and the flawless smile, something fragile was breaking. And this time, he decided to stop pretending. The clip began simply: no lighting, no production. Just Sam, looking straight into the lens, weary yet determined. "I think I've hidden behind characters for too long," he admitted. "I thought if I played strong men, I could forget how weak I felt inside." The internet was stunned. Fans used to his warmth and humor saw a different man that day, vulnerable, trembling, achingly human. His pain wasn't born from one tragedy, but from years of quiet erosion, the solitude of success, the burden of perfection, the exhaustion of always being someone else's hero. Since Outlander's breakout in 2014, Sam's life had been magnified to the world. Every relationship rumor, every headline, every whisper became a shadow he couldn't escape. For years, he laughed it off. But as he confessed, people think fame makes you untouchable. It doesn't. It makes you fragile. You start losing pieces of yourself. His revelation came after what he described as a year of reckoning, a time when he finally let himself feel everything he had buried. He revealed that during his busiest years, he often returned home from set and sat in silence for hours, too drained to speak. "Jamie Fraser is brave, unbreakable," he said with a faint smile. "But Sam isn't always like that. There were nights I couldn't sleep. Nights I didn't even recognize the man in the mirror." His honesty struck a nerve across Hollywood. Co-star and close friend Katrina Balfe later shared, "I sensed his struggle long ago. He carries so much. He gives everything to everyone and forgets to keep something for himself." Her words echoed the public's growing realization: behind his generosity and charm was a man quietly trying to stay whole. Sam's descent into darkness didn't happen overnight. Over the years, the endless demand to perform, not just on screen, but in life, slowly chipped away at his peace. "People expect you to be grateful, perfect," he said. "But there's loneliness in always being the strong one." He described filming emotional scenes that left him hollow once the cameras stopped. "You pour everything out," he said. "Then you realize there's nothing left for you." What few fans knew was that his pain wasn't just emotional, it was physical. Grueling stunts and relentless schedules left him battered and aching. He admitted that during certain Outlander seasons, he pushed through injuries and hid chronic pain. "You learn to keep going," he said quietly. "Because everyone's watching, and you don't want to let them down." That single phrase, not wanting to let anyone down, summed up his silent torment. But perhaps the most heartbreaking moment came when he spoke about the pressure of maintaining an illusion. "I've spent years being Jamie," he said softly. "People fell in love with him. But Jamie isn't me. He's who I wanted to be. Strong, loyal, fearless. I think I believed that if I kept pretending, maybe I'd be okay." His voice broke as he added, somewhere along the way, I forgot where he ended and I began. At 45, Sam realized he could no longer live in that shadow. You can't spend your life playing someone else, he said, even if the world loves that version of you. Turning 45 forced him to reconsider what truly matters, not awards or applause, but peace. I used to think success would fix the emptiness, he confessed. It doesn't, it just makes the silence louder. The world listened. Within hours, the video had millions of views. Hashtags like #WeLoveYouSam and #BeKindToSam trended worldwide. Fans shared their own stories of burnout, heartbreak, and hidden pain. You made us feel seen, one wrote. You've played heroes your whole life, but today, you became one for real. Fellow actors praised his courage. A Scottish colleague said, Sam's honesty reminds us that true strength isn't about hiding pain, it's about facing it. In the weeks that followed, Sam withdrew from social media, retreating to the Highlands, reconnecting with nature, family, and himself. Friends said he seemed transformed, lighter, freer. He laughs more now, one said. He's stopped trying to be everything for everyone. Sam later described it as a rebirth. When you stop running from pain, you start understanding it. And when you understand it, it stops owning you. He embraced simple rituals, meditation, journaling, gratitude, small acts of self-kindness. Healing isn't a single moment, he reflected. It's choosing to be gentle with yourself every day. His view of fame changed, too. Fame is a mirror showing what others want to see. If you're not careful, you start believing it's you. Instead of resisting it, he learned to coexist with it. I'm grateful for my career, my fans, the love. But I don't owe the world all of me. Katrina, speaking recently on a podcast, said, Sam's always been everyone's rock. Seeing him finally be that for himself, that's growth. Their bond remains unshakable, both on and off screen. He's my brother in spirit, she said simply. Now, Sam's new outlook is shaping his work. He's choosing projects that mirror truth rather than perfection. I want to tell stories that feel real, he said. He's also quietly producing a documentary about mental health in the film industry, aiming to break the silence around emotional exhaustion. We pretend success protects us from pain, he said. It doesn't. It only hides it. It's time we talk about it. Fans have noticed the difference. His presence softer yet stronger, his smile unforced. When asked if he regrets anything, he shook his head. No, he said. Even the pain brought me here. You can't heal what you don't face. The image of Sam Heughan at 45 is no longer that of an untouchable idol. It's something infinitely more powerful. A man who discovered that vulnerability and strength can exist side by side. His revelation wasn't a breakdown. It was a breakthrough. For the first time, he said, I'm not hiding behind anyone. I'm just being me. Maybe that's why his words resonated so deeply. Beneath the fame and the fantasy, Sam reminded the world that even heroes bleed, and there's beauty in admitting it. His story isn't about suffering anymore. It's about release, about rediscovering truth in a world obsessed with illusion. As the video faded to black, his final words lingered like a soft echo of courage. I've spent years pretending everything was fine. But it's okay not to be okay. That's where real strength begins. The screen went dark, but the message stayed. For millions around the world, it wasn't just another confession, it was a reminder that healing begins the moment we dare to speak our truth. And yet, even as the video faded, something felt unfinished, like a story still being written. Sam Heughan's journey isn't over, it's only shifted direction. Somewhere between the rolling hills of Scotland and the quiet corners of his own heart, a new chapter is waiting to begin. Will it be a return to the screen with new purpose, or a retreat into the peace he once feared to claim? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, the man the world thought they knew is changing, and perhaps, for the first time, he's finally becoming who he was meant to be. Because sometimes, healing isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a truer one.